Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Bowl or Brown Out Loud, a podcast where stories come to life in the most fun and light-hearted way possible. I'm your host Sania and I'm joined by my co-host and sister Anam. क्या कर रही हो Anam?
So predictable, Sanya. This is what we plan for you. On the first and third Tuesday of every month, we'll bring you stories rooted in our brown experiences. Whether it's a wild adventure, a quirky character, or a kahani mein twist, we will share stories that are sure to make you laugh.
Today's episode is about reduce, reuse, repurpose. And no one does it better than us desis. I'm actually really excited about this because I'm a big thrifter and I love to reuse and repurpose.
Of course, Sanya, we all know that. But interested to know what is the weirdest thing you've reused or repurposed? Like, just give me one. I know you have a list.
Um, I have a hard time throwing out any nice looking boxes. And I have a whole drawer full of empty decorative boxes. And some of them are not really like nice looking, the mouse and all the tech equipment that the boxes that come with that, I think I always save them. So yeah,
Like,
that's like a weird thing I save boxes.
Like cardboard boxes or tin boxes? Like,
Cardboard boxes. When I was moving, I had a box, like a whole box for boxes.
oh my God, Sanya, you're just lazy and you don't want to recycle your stuff. So you're like, who's going to go to the garbage can? I'll just keep it and call it a collection. It's so typical of you to like own it and pretend as if it's your hobby. Anyway, I remember Sanya used to collect empty perfume bottles as a kid, everyone. And she used to put them on her study table. They were her decor pieces. And then eventually, it was a well known fact across the entire family that when your perfume bottle's empty, you go give it to Sanya. And Sanya, you'd be like, ye mere paas hai, iska dusra color and all. Anyway, so once my cousin, who came after like 5, 6 years, came and gave like 5 bottles to Sanya. And Sanya had obviously grown out of the hobby and no one had given her the memo. So Sanya, in front of everyone, said, I've had a shift in my hobby. And she was like, what? You don't collect perfume bottles? And then she's like, no, I just collect filled bottles. We were so embarrassed. We felt so bad. Like, seriously,
She
Sanya.
laughed a lot. Okay. And
In
if cousin,
embarrassment.
if you are listening to this, I still collect full perfume bottles. She still tells that story. So she laughed.
Sanya,
I
she
think it
gave
was
you,
funny.
I think you were like 10 or 12 and she gave you a Dior bottle and she's like, here.
It
And you're
was
like,
empty.
I need a 12-year-old asking for a fulfilled perfume bottle of Dior. Just let's just put it out there. Like, look at your standards.
I think that was really weird that I used to collect that, but I loved that. Like they were always so beautiful, and anyway, I think it was weird for
Creepy.
sure. It was weird,
Creepy.
but that was my figurines back then. But Anam, coming of weird things, I have one for Anam too, who is trying to be like, oh, so creepy, Sania. Anam used to collect matchboxes. Matches ke dabbe. And she used to make a collage out of it. Like that was the most art that she had ever done. She would make a collage out of matchboxes. And she would be going to all these rickshawalas who smoked beedies. It's like a 5 year old, 6 year old, I don't know. She was very young. She would go to these rickshawalas and she would be like, matches milegi kya?
Firstly, I was in class fourth and I didn't have a collage. I had a whole album. Like people had stamp albums. I had Machiska album and I had a collection from all over the globe, like all over. You name a
This is
country
the
and I had a Machis of it.
This is the most third world thing ever. You used to collect matches, yeah. Yeah, so Annam used to love doing that,
N-
reusing matches for art.
no, when I look back, I think I reduced the amount of smoking in the city of Lucknow. Because I used to take the marches ka cover which had the design, so the actual marches were useless without the cover. So all these addicted folks would be like trying to find a cover, but I'd already stuck them in my album. So they just gave up on smoking. That's my rationale.
You were walking around Anna, with a fire hazard, like a flammable book.
I was ready to put myself on fire as opposed to people smoking their lungs out. So, talk about behavior science and public health policy. I figured all of that shit out in class fourth.
Yeah, Anna was a field agent in the tobacco cessation campaign. She was doing her bit for the anti smoking campaign.
At least my weird fascination had a social cause attached to it. What was yours? Did you like smell your perfume and go off to sleep? Or what did you do for the greater
I don't
good?
know. Maybe I took after my mom.
There you go. You play the mom card.
Yeah. Remember, nobody drank in our house, but we had all these alcohol bottles in our house that Amma used to grow money plant in. And it was like at every nook and corner, Shiva's Regal, this, that, with plants just blooming in them. So maybe I took from that.
But Sanya, the funny part is, for the longest time, we didn't know that they were alcoholic bottles. But then we saw a movie which I don't remember the name, but the song was De Mein Khane Ki Chabi, and there were these series of bottles at the backdrop, and we were like, "Arey, hum log ka flower pot hai." That's
Anna, that
when we
was
realized,
you.
no, please, Sanya, it was you
Oh
also.
man, no,
You're just
no.
trying to save yourself from the perfume thing, so you're trying to be cool. It was you also. Which movie was that? De मैं खाने की चाबी आज पीने दे शराबी को शराब जम के I know the
I don't know what you
antara.
were watching, random shit. But coming back to things that we were repurposing, uh, coming back to boxes are my obsession. I also, those tiny tin dabbas you get for mints, like Altoids, like I repurpose them and carry long
Mhm.
elaichi in them, because I think, I'm going to say it on this podcast, I think long elaichi is soon going to replace mints. And that's going to be the new cool thing to do. And people will look back and say, oh, remember Sanya used to carry long elaichi? Yeah.
Sanya, you're trying to make it cool, but असली में तो तुम गुटखा खाती होगी अपने डब्बों से
No,
अपने टिन के रस्टेड डब्बों से गुटखा निकाल निकाल के लोगों को देती हो और कहती हो कि मैं इलायची है
no,
इसे
I do
रज
long elaichi.
no, that's exactly what Rajnikanda says in their marketing campaign. They do long elaichi, but we all know it's not that. Gutka it is.
Anam, also, let's not forget the thing, most unique thing anyone could have reused. So in school, our headmistress, our headmistress used to save those punch paper holes. You know, that minuscule circles when you punch paper for binders. She used to save them. And you will say, oh, yeah, she used to use it for confetti. No. She used to make us make petals for flowers from it. So we would, without forceps, so we would be using our fingers to pick those up and glue them together to make flowers for decoration. That was the weirdest thing someone has reused.
That is just one of the tiny weird things we did in school, but that needs a separate episode. There's a reason why that headmistress all her life stayed a headmistress. She was just acing her job so much that they were like, let's not promote her. I have a very interesting story. It's not a story, it's a news that I'd read and it stuck with me for so long. During the SARS virus in China, right? The story came up. So, few years before, there was a bra company that really went all out in their marketing and they were not doing well and they were on the brink of bankruptcy. But then the SARS virus hit and all the businesses were crashing except for this bra company, Sanya. You know why? because they had breathable cups that they repurposed and made into masks. Talk about the road to becoming a millionaire. I mean, that is the most epic story. Every time I look at bras, I'm like, these could have been masks if we had repurposed them.
That's actually an excellent idea. How come we didn't think about it in COVID?
I mean, the underwire, all of those stuff that are
Yeah, that
used.
fitting.
Yeah, breathable mask in nude color and name your colors. Like, I'm so impressed with this company, and I think they definitely get the trophy of repurposing.
Yeah, good one. And I don't think I can top that, Anam, with things. But I have another story. I have another story about you.
Of course.
And because let's transcend this repurposing things, let's go like one level high.
Mm,
Anam
mm.
used to repurpose Bollywood songs for her Hindi homework. Like she had this practice homework in fifth grade where they had to write 5 words and make 2 sentences out of it. And the teacher would never check because it was practice homework. It was to help you build your vocabulary and use that words in sentences. And once we flipped Anam's book, and it was like all the sentences were like song lyrics. Like it was like एक लंबे आदमी ने छोटे आदमी से कहा एक what was that के खाई के पान बनारस वाला और I don't know एक बच्चे ने बूढ़े आदमी से कहा छोटा बच्चा समझ के हमको ना समझाना रे.
That exercise notebook was a treasure. I mean, it had stuff like "Dekho Chand aaya, Chand nikal aaya," and मंडी में एक आदमी ने दूसरे आदमी से कहा, "हम काले हैं तो क्या, दिल वाले हैं." अल्पविराम. Everyone who's gone to school with me, they will have the trauma come back about the 5 words to sentences. I don't want to give more details about it, but yeah, I really was like living on the edge. Am I going to school and submitting this copy for a review?
Repurposing song lyrics for homework. I don't think anyone can top that, Anam.
True, true. I'm gonna own this, just like your elaichi dabba, Sanya. I'm sure we can go on and on about this. And we need to preserve some integrity of ours before we give in too much to the audience. Sanya, you have a story that really highlights this piece. So go ahead.
I'm 9 years old and I'm visiting my cousin and her family who are staying over at a relative's place. This relative is an old woman and I'm choosing to call her Bibi Mari to conceal her identity. So while the elders are sitting and talking in the drawing room, Bibi Mari opens up her bedroom so that my cousin and I can play. And there is no form of entertainment in her room. She tells us, तुम लोग यहाँ बैठ के चिड़िया उड़ तोता उड़ खेलो. I'm 9 years old and my cousin is a preteen. We are not going to sit and play a toddler's game. So we play a bunch of name, place, animal thing and a takshiri. And after a bunch of that, we have nothing else to do. So we begin to go through her things, out of boredom. We are flipping the pages of a Pakiza Achal magazine that are stacked on her bedside table. We are going over her photographs in her photo album. And then my cousin finds a bottle of gems in a drawer. Whoa, gems! The quintessential candy that defined our childhood? And cousin quickly enforces the finder's keeper's clause. She opens the bottle and she pops the candies in her mouth. And I watch her with jealousy as she gobbles all of them up. But then I see her break into a bout of cough. Her mouth changes into the most disgusting face she has ever made, and she spits everything out. And while she's spitting stuff out, like she's incoherent and she's saying, ye gems nahi hai, ye gems nahi hai. And I look at the stuff that she has spat out, and indeed, they are not gems. They are medicines. BB Mari keeps medicines in a gems bottle? What? My cousin, having realized that these are not gems, is bawling because she is confident that she has swallowed some of these medicines. We are panicking. We are like, kya kare, kya kare, kya kare, kya kare? And we can't go and tell anyone. Like, what are we going to say? That we were going through Bibi Mari's things, we found a gems bottle and fell for her cruel prank. Who keeps medicines in a gems bottle, yaar? So my cousin is like losing it. She's losing her shit. And I come up with a plan. So I tell her, why are we panicking? Like, let me go and ask Bibi Mari about the medications that she takes. And for all we know, it's probably just calciums and multivitamins. In the meantime, I get my cousin a bunch of mithai to calm her down. And I go on my mission to strike a casual conversation with an 80-year-old. So I go to Bibi Mari and ask her, Bibi, आप कैसी हैं? And Bibi replies, अरे बिटिया क्या बताएं तबीयत कुछ ठीक नहीं रहती. I take a big gulp and ask, आपको क्या बीमारी है बेबी मारी? And बीबी replies, अरे ये पूछो कि कौन सी बीमारी नहीं है? Just to be thorough in my investigation, I ask, आप हर बीमारी की दवाई भी लेती हैं? And बीबी goes, और क्या? तो दवा ना लें? बीपी की दवा, शुगर की दवा, जोड़ों के दर्द की दवा और आजकल तो डॉक्टर ने एंजाइटी की भी दवा दे दी है. Having heard the information I most dreaded, I try to memorize all the illnesses and medications that Bibi Mari has listed. And I know that it's time to go and break this news to my cousin. Armed with another laddu in my hand to soften the blow, I inch forward towards the room. And I will never forget what I saw. I don't know if it is the copious amounts of sugar my cousin has consumed or the drug cocktail of anxiety medications with painkillers that she might have swallowed, or God knows what. I don't know what's up, but my cousin is tripping. She is flying high, definitely in another universe where she is not human, but she is a snake, a Nagin to be precise. She is slithering on the bed, singing the song, मैं तेरी दुश्मन दुश्मन तू मेरा मैं नागिन तू सपेरा.
Oh my god, Sanya, this story is too cute, yeah. It's adorable. I mean, I wouldn't say anything that's adorable which has you in it, but this is too cute. like,
Thank you.
like who knew Bibi Mari, being the religious pious lady that she was a drug enabler? Like,
What?
yeah, I mean, like, this is the modern Hansel and Gretel, like luring kids, glutton kids, might I say, to her room and then hiding anxiety pills inside a gems box. Like, what do you expect? Oh my god. And I love the way you interrogated her at that age, saying, कौन कौन सी बीमारियां हैं आपको बीमारी? Like, way to go, Sanya. I'm impressed. But oh my god, like,
Thank you.
I wonder what more was in her room. Like, this is insane. Like she would get up in the morning and she'd be like, anxiety and gems. Perfect combo.
Yeah, like who uses gems bottle for medicine, yaar? That's weirder than your 5 words, 2 sentences, Anam.
Sanya, maybe she used it for herself. Like she would be like, I can't take these meds. So if I put them in a gems box, they'll feel more alluring. And so she was trying to be more proactive in her schedule of taking medicine. So she put them in a gems box for her greater good.
Let's hope it's that and not what you accused her of being a drug peddler.
Okay, let's bring your hot take scale. Trauma, typical, bolti bun, brown culture heirloom, good old LOL. Sanya, I think this is bolti band because it's too bizarre to assign feelings. Like to tell someone that my aunt gave anxiety pills to a 5, 6 year old and she became
She
so
was not
high.
5'6", Anam. She
How
was a
old was she?
preteen and she had a chill pill.
I mean, but still, like
That's a cool aunt.
I feel that that gems bottle was meant for you. The other,
Why me? You think I needed a chill pill?
you still do. That's for another episode again. But yeah, I would say bolti band. This is too bizarre to assign feelings to. This is BB
Hmm.
Mari and drugs and kids. Like, yeah, bizarre, 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 bizarre.
It is quite bizarre, even though your bolti was not banned for this entire segment. And Anam, now that I'm thinking, now you gave her the drug peddler badge, which is I don't know like where how your mind works that you went there. Remember that in our mohalla we had this thing where everyone's light bulbs, like the light bulbs outside your front gate, they were getting stolen, and everyone was like, oh, it's like a drug addict, like a racket, because they are like selling these light bulbs. And who knew, maybe Bibi Mari was like a peddler there too, because
Sanya,
her
you
light bulb was never stolen.
Sanya, you took it up a notch. You were like, BB, I was like, BB Mari does stuff in her own room that she has the right to, but you're like, no. BB Mari used to go at night at midnight to people's houses, take a ladder, and really remove bulbs. Like, oh my God. And I'm the worst.
I don't think she did it. No, but I think she knew all the drug addicts, so they like that was her community. So they never stole her bulb.
Sanya.
I think it's really funny that she was in with the druggies.
There are times when you want your elder sister to come and fact check. This is the one time I want her to come. Sanya, you're just giving people incorrect facts. Okay, enough of drugs and trying to interrogate poor Bibi Mari's entire life. I think we should head to the game and see what the Janta has to say about all of this.
All right, Anand, let's do that. It's time to play our favorite game, Bowl Baby Poll, where we ask a question related to our episode theme and folks vote on it. This week we asked, which desi reuse repurpose move are you most guilty of? The options were reusing shagun envelopes with the iconic 1 rupee coin attached, regifting Diwali mithai. Option 3 was repurposing an old toothbrush to clean just about everything. And option 4 was repurposing old clothes as pochas. 70 people voted this time.
Woohoo!
Yep. And Anam, as usual, has not seen the results. She is going to guess today, and we are going to see if she'll be able to hold the title of the winner. Come on, Anam.
Sanya, thanks for the whole rant about my track record, but I'm very confident I don't need to go through the options. It is reusing Shagun envelopes with the iconic one coin.
All right, Anam. Computer G, option 1, lock kiya jaye.
You'll be caught for plagiarism, Sanya, with this. Anyway.
Anam, galat jawab. You are back to losing again. That option did not win. The winner was repurposing an old toothbrush to clean just about everything with 34.3% of the votes. And number 2, with 30% of the votes, was repurposing old clothes as pochas. So those two made the lion's share of the classic desi repurpose moves that most of us do. You have lost again, Anna. Do you have anything to say?
No.
You are the only one who is reusing Shagun envelopes with the iconic 1 rupee coin.
Now I think of it, people use permanent markers to write on the Shagun envelope, so it's tough to reuse them.
But still, you went ahead and chose that option with a lot of confidence. And you were like, I don't even need to read the other ones. Good for you. You're back to losing again.
Okay, I'm doing this to keep the suspense.
Badhiya, Anam.
I'm very shocked right now, actually.
Are you? Because you thought you would win?
Yeah.
Anam, you have only won once. How did you think you will win again? Like you have lost more times than you have
Because
won.
I, Sanya, really think you mess up stuff when you listen to my answers. And just because you wanted to use your Sahi Jawab sentence last time, you made it the correct option. But yeah,
No,
I have trust
Anam.
issues here. One day I should do the poll.
Yes, you
Yes.
should, which you refuse to do every time.
Then you will understand कि हारना कैसा लगता है.
Sure. But till that time comes, Anam, you will keep losing, and we'll see what listeners have to say about this. Now, everything we had to say on this episode is over, and Anam, we should go and wrap this episode up.
That's a wrap on another episode of Bowl. If we brought a smile to your face or had you nodding like, ugh, so true, do us a solid. Like, share, subscribe, and spread the love, folks. Catch us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and GeoSavan. Don't forget to share your favorite moments or thoughts with us on Instagram at brown.out.loud or on TikTok at brownoutloud. Until next time, it's us, Anam and Sanya, keeping the stories alive. Adab! Sanya, गुटखा खाने चली गई क्या?
Yes. Adab. Bye.